So Mario Kart World got an update, and I was honestly pretty excited. Well, there was a part of me that was like, dang, I just released that video a couple days ago about how I'm not really the biggest fan of the game, and one of the complaints was what they did with the online. So I saw this patch, and I was like, oh, well, apparently they fixed the online. And I was thinking of just trying it and then making a video on it and being like, well, they delivered. But unfortunately, I don't really think this update did anything. So there was a bunch of stuff that happened in this update, but I really only want to focus on the online aspect because from what they said, it was supposed to kind of fix the issue of not really getting the regular lap courses when you played online. And I started seeing videos on this, and when people were testing it, it wasn't really seeming like the update fixed the issue. And so I figured, you know what? I'm going to try it out myself and see what happens. So the first match I tried to do, I got a communication error, which, I don't know, that could have happened anyway, but still, just not really a good sign. And then when I actually connected to a match, I think this is new. There's like a progress bar on the bottom that shows you like when you're going to actually be joining. This is unbelievable. I felt that it took a long time, but I'm looking at how long it actually took. It took all the way until 4 minutes and 22 seconds to be able to pick a map. That is actually insane. That is an insane wait time. At least the lobby was pretty full, but that's crazy. I don't even know if that has anything to do with the update, but I'm just pointing out that's ridiculous. And then this is the crazy part. So I did 5 different races. The first race, I had 2 regular lap course options, which honestly made me think, wow, maybe this update is kind of going to do something. But then when the voting went through, I still got an intermission track. Then with race 2, there was no regular lap course options, and I got an intermission track. Then with race 3, there were no regular lap course options, and random was picked, and it was still an intermission track. Then with race 4, there was 1 regular lap course option, random was selected, and we still got an intermission track. And then with race 5, there was no regular lap course option, and we got an intermission track. With the 5 races that I did, I got intermission tracks for every single one. So even if the update did improve the chances by some degree, I don't even think it matters. If I can't even launch the game and do 5 races and not even get a single 3-lap, regular lap course, I don't really want to take that gamble. You could say theoretically, maybe you could go on and get 5 tracks that are the regular lap courses. It could just be odds. But those are odds I don't really want to bother gambling with. And it's honestly insane, because when I saw the update, I was like, wow, they actually listened. And then to see once people started trying it and people were like, wait a minute, it doesn't really feel like they did fix it. So this whole thing is crazy to me, because the update may have improved the chances by a certain amount, but again, why am I gonna even bother? I'm just not. And this is no shade to people that like intermission tracks, that's fine, but I'm still confused on why there's no option. It is very clear that a lot of people want to do the regular lap courses. So why isn't there an option? I still think it has to do with the fact that they made the whole world mechanic and they spent a lot of time on it, and this is just how they want you to play. But it's really frustrating. And also, something else I want to mention too is apparently within the update, they didn't list this, but after doing tricks, you get like a little bit more of a boost when you land. And the world records are like changing because of this. I'm not necessarily like mad about the change. I'm just annoyed that they really are still doing stuff where they don't even list it. I can't remember what game did that before, but I'm pretty sure there was another game. I want to say it was Smash, but maybe it wasn't. But I feel like there was another game that had like hidden updates within the patch. And it's baffling too, because if you're someone that's not really like online and looking at this stuff and you just kind of play casually, you would feel the weirdest placebo. You'd be like, wait, am I actually going faster? Like, am I crazy? Because it wasn't even in the patch notes. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe there'll be another patch at some point that'll change it more. But honestly, I kind of don't think so. I think that a lot of people said their piece and they kind of listened. And I feel like that's their limit. I don't think they really care now. I could be wrong, but I feel like they don't care if people are still complaining about it. I think they really just want us to play this way. I mean, that was like when Splatoon had Turf War and it was a ton of fun. But if you went to play with your friends, it was random on what team you would be on. It was like, what? So Nintendo is full of baffling decisions. I do think with this one, it's more so that they spent a bunch of time on this whole world mechanic, and the intermission tracks are a part of that. And I really think this is just how they want us to play. And again, I don't care if people enjoy the intermission tracks. That's totally fine. If you like it, fine. I mean, people like different games and different game styles, but there's definitely a lot of us that don't really enjoy it. So it really is a shame that there is no option to just search for lap courses. So this update, in my opinion, was a letdown. I mean, there was a bunch of other stuff that people seem to be happy about, but I gotta be honest, I don't even really care because the only thing I really want to do is the online stuff. So it's just really unfortunate. Maybe there's something else listed in that patch update that I guess I care about that I don't even know. But I'm more hyper-focused on the online stuff, and in my opinion, they did not change it enough, so I'm still just not even really going to play. But only time will tell if something will happen. But like I said, I'm having my doubts. I think this was them, quote-unquote, listening. So that's all I have to say about this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you going to keep playing the game? Have you tried playing it and got disappointed with how the update ended up being? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want a community to talk about Nintendo, consider becoming a channel member and joining my Discord. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.